If you're here, that means you possibly know what's going on. If not, the comedians Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are being sued by a Jane and a John Doe who are siblings. The two siblings are claiming that Haddish and Spears violated them when they were underage during a film titled Through a Pedal's Eyes. At the time, the girl was 14 and the boy was 7. There was a lawsuit back then, but it was dismissed. The case is all over the place. The conversation is all over the place. The situation is all over the place. I don't know what's true or what's false. I'm just here for my thoughts and opinions. My thing is, the masses and the entertainers have been putting this stuff in our face for years, whether it's to raise awareness or whether it's done in poor taste. All of it is a teachable moment. These types of things have been done in movies, music, plays, books, poetry, dance, all of that for years. Tyler Perry, The House of Pain, 2 episodes. Justice for All and Love Thy Neighbor. Also, Tyler Perry, I Can Do Bad All By Myself, the movie and the play. A child was being violated and the unfit mother didn't believe her. That was in the play. And in the movie, it was the aunt. Taraji P. Henson played the aunt in the movie. Then there was Precious. Oh my God. That film was so horrific and sad. Then we had, way back in the day, we had Richard Pryor in Bustin' Loose, where the little white girl came onto him and he put her in her place. And then we had Color Purple. Everything was going on in the Color Purple. Then there was DMX and Keisha in Belly. That was giving Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley, where they claimed nothing was going on, but everything was going on. Then there was the movie Soul Plane with the foul-mouthed underage white girl. Then we had LL Cool J and Big Old Butt. He was in his mid-20s when he did that song. That song was really R. Kelly-ish. He was all up there at the high school in that song, picking up girls. Then there was Different Strokes, The Bicycle Man. That was a true story. Todd Bridges, the one that played Willis. That happened to him in real life. Then there was another film, I Know My First Name is Steven. That was a true story. Then way back in the day, we had Lucy in Dallas, but she was dating a grown man. You see, this stuff has been in our face for years. Whether it's to raise awareness or whether it was true or whether it was false, all of it is a teachable moment. So, do I think the skit was done in poor taste? Yes. Because, first of all, there's nothing funny about a child being violated. If you're trying to tell a story or raise awareness, it could have been done in a different light. Do I think Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are guilty? I don't know. If they are, lock them up. Period, point blank. My thing is the mother. tried to sue them years ago, and the case was dismissed. Why was it dismissed when the children were still in her custody? Because now they're saying that the daughter is an adult who has custody of her brother, and she's suing on behalf of herself and her brother. But years ago, when the film was first aired, it was aired on a internet website titled Funny or Die. They said they deleted it because it was disgusting, for lack of better words. And they had nothing to do with the filming or none of that. It was just placed on their website in a generated context. But when they found out about it, they deleted it. I don't know. The story I said, to me, is all over the place. Then the mother is saying that she did not give, no, the son, the child at the time, the boy was 7, he couldn't give consent. Well, who gave consent? Because it was filmed and it was put out. Somebody had to give consent. Didn't get that either. Then the boy, he's saying that he's so traumatized, he's sitting around the house with Band-Aids all over all his electronics. That's weird, because if you're that traumatized, get rid of the devices. Why you just sitting up putting Band-Aids all over everything? That don't make sense. It's just a mess all the way around. And either way, it's just a bad situation. Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears saying that they're being extorted. Don't know whether that's true or not. That too wouldn't be hard to believe if it is true. Because the case, like I said, it was dismissed years ago. And then you have reports that are saying that the mother was asking for $15,000 to settle out of court. The mother or the siblings, either or, they are asking for $15,000 to settle out of court. I couldn't nobody pay me for that type of pain. I want you arrested. Okay? Electric chair, all that. You cannot pay me for violating me or my child. There's no amount of money that can be offered to me that I would accept for that type of situation. But that's just me. They're saying that these people asked for $15,000 to settle out of court, child. If it's that important and that bad and that traumatizing, why do you want to settle out of court? I don't know, child. The whole situation is a mess. And I say, if they are guilty of these allegations, lock them up. There are no excuses for that type of behavior. If you out here violating children, I don't care what your title is. If you out here violating anybody, I don't care what your title is. I don't care what you do. You need to be exposed and arrested, period. So, if we're just being honest, it's a lot of films and music out that depicts the violation and or abuse of children. We can go on and on. Denzel Washington and Antoine Fisher. He wasn't a predator. He was a savior. But still, Keke Palmer in Pimp. Oh my God. That was horrible. Woman Thou Loose. That woman went insane. She was so traumatized. In Mississippi Dam, based on a true story. It's a lot of music and movies, so on and so forth, that's out, that has been in our face for years. So Tiffany Haddish filming a skit as comedy is very distasteful. But the story, in my opinion, that her and Aries Spears was trying to tell happens in real life. It's just the way that they presented it. If you haven't caught on, let me remind you. We are in the era of the internet. We are in the era of the Me Too movement. People are speaking up and people are speaking out. If you out here violating people, you will be exposed. It doesn't matter who you are or what your title is. You can be the president, an entertainer, preacher, bishop, neighbor, employer, mom, dad, sister, brother, associate, cousin, friend, aunt, uncle, employee. It doesn't matter. You will be exposed. While I'm sitting over here giving my thoughts and opinions about the situation, meanwhile, Tiffany Haddish over there on Instagrams breaking her silence. Tiffany Haddish broke her silence on grooming and molestation accusations made against her in a new lawsuit. Haddish posted a statement to her Instagram account on Monday morning where she said she was unable to speak much on the ongoing legal issue, but admitted to deeply regretting appearing in the sketch. Tiffany said on Instagram, "I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there's an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. But clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't at all. And I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about the situation as soon as I can." Okay. No. Haddish, age 42, along with comedian Aries Spears, age 47, have been accused of grooming a 14-year-old girl and her 7-year-old brother to do explicit skits in a new lawsuit obtained by TMZ. One video reportedly features Haddish teaching the underage girl how to mimic fellatio. Oh my God. Haddish also allegedly took the boy to a home where she and Spears violated him while filming a Funny or Die video titled "Through a Petal's Eyes."